Hello everybody. This is a chunk of something. I'm not really sure what it is. It's not marble, but it looks like it. I lost the label shortly after I bought it, probably a couple of years ago. Whatever this wood is, it's got some really pretty grain going on. I'm going to combine it with some walnut, black walnut specifically, and make a candy dish. I've got a whole bunch of corners saved up. I'll use these for something. They're awfully pretty. So after I made it round, I drilled a hole in the center and I'm mounting it onto my chuck with a worm screw. And I'll start working on the bottom of this dish first. So once I've got the sides done, I start working on the bottom of the dish. I just need to flatten it out. And then I'll use a machinist caliper or compass to mark where I want the recess to be. I've got a few of these old precision compasses. Pretty handy just for this purpose. But I'm marking this as a recess. It's going to be used as a something for the chuck to grab a hold of, and it's also going to be where the pedestal mounts into the bottom of this dish. So I don't need the inside of this recess to be sanded or smooth or anything. A little bit rough is good, so it'll hold on to the epoxy better. So as I started removing the wood from the inside of the dish, it just occurred to me that even though the grain is really pretty, I need to kick it up a notch, I think. Go a little bit next level with it. Nothing too crazy, but yeah. Definitely time for a design change. So off camera, I made a segmented ring using black walnut to match the pedestal. I'm going to try and do something kind of special with it. And we'll see how it goes. And I let this set up for about 3 hours. Look at these beautiful shavings. That's just one pass. That's why segmented turning is such a pleasure. So I'm kind of rounding over the top, and I'm going to do my best to hollow out the bottom of this ring. Should be really pretty. And all I'm doing here is just trying to get the walls of the bowl consistent throughout the form, across the rim and down through the curvature and across the bottom. And of course paying attention to the fact that there's a recess on the bottom of the bowl. I don't want to make this thing a funnel. That's never a good time. Pretty. Saving it. So I started sanding at 120 grits, and then went to 220, 320, and then 500. And here I'm applying some denatured alcohol to clean it off and to raise the grain. And I've had some people ask me why I raise the grain like this sometimes. And real simply, when you get wood grain wet, it swells up. And when you sand back that swelling, the next time you get the grain wet, it's not going to raise the same way. In other words, it's going to stay smooth. So that's why I raise the grain and then continue sanding. And here I'm sanding up to 1000 grit. And then adding OB shine juice, which I'll just layer on like that and then buff it out. And I put about 3 coats on. Well, it feels smooth as glass, and I'm really happy with the color flash going on in the rim there. Time to take this off and start working on the base. But before we do that, let's take a look at some subscriber projects. Nate King made this really gorgeous walnut cake platter. Really nice work. It's beautiful. Nice detail. And Suzette Edwards made these. Suzette's been turning for about a year. And just gorgeous. I love that honey pot. That's just amazing. Some off-center. Baby rattle. Look at those. Those rings. Very, very good work. Thanks to both of you. And thanks to all of my subscribers. I sure appreciate you. I don't show every one of them, but it took me quite a few attempts to get this fit right. I just slowly walked my way up to getting this tenon to where it fit inside the recess just perfectly. And here I'm using the tenon this time to reverse mount the base onto the chuck so I can finish the very bottom, which I just need to flatten out and cut a little spot in there so I can place my ID tag. And the hole that's there because of the worm screw, well, that's just going to be hidden by the tag. I'm not worried about that at all. And I'm using the same exact method to finish this as I discussed earlier in the video. And there you have it. It's not marble wood. It's not tiger wood. But it's similar to both. Sure is pretty. I think the walnut goes well with it. Good match. Let me know what you think. I sure appreciate your time. Thanks so much for watching. Semper Fi.